Redraw. Redraw. Do you remember? Redraw. Redraw. Do you remember? Redraw.
All right, folks. Welcome to Recall Redraw. Sorry for that little glitch. Joining me today is Adam Chalmers. Adam, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hello. My name is Adam. I'm an artist, kind of a new artist. I've been drawing for a while, but I very recently started taking it seriously. I'm trying to do a comic. I'm kind of working on one right now.
Tell me a little bit about that comic.
Yeah, so it's kind of a fantasy comic. I have plans on making a graphic novel, really.
Mm-hmm.
6 books probably. I have a lot written out.
Yeah.
Hold on. How's my drawing page there?
It's looking great.
Just trying to make sure. Awesome. Just trying to make sure that's working. But yeah, no, I'm trying to work on a graphic novel right now. I actually just put in my work notice too, funny enough.
Oh, did you really?
To get more.
Yeah,
I did, yeah, like this week. Yeah, so I have time to actually do it. It's just been a lot of thumbnailing, but yeah, the comic itself, it's about a girl and her frog mentor. He's kind of like a knight type character, or a ranger type character. I can't go too much into his backstory, but he's basically kind of a cursed human. So he turned into a frog, basically. But the catch to that curse is no one really remembers you from your past life. You're kind of wiped from existence.
Yeah.
So he's kind of mentoring this girl, and it's kind of adventure of the week type thing, but all in all, they're trying to find the cure to the curse. With adventures along the way, of course. It's kind of just oh look at you.
And what is this comic? What is this comic called?
It's called The Frog's Apprentice.
Yes. How well did I do? How did my memory serve me? Drawing your main character.
I think pretty well actually. It's crazy.
What's his name?
His name's Crocus.
Crocus. What a name for a
as
frog.
in the flower. Yeah, it has plot relevance, trust me.
So,
Let's see.
for those who are not familiar with the show, Recall Redraw is the show where we dive into our guest's brain and my own to try to see what we can remember based off of a special secret theme that has not even been revealed to Adam. Adam agreed to do this without even being told what we're going to do today. So, are you ready, Adam, to see the theme? Are you looking at
let's see it.
Are you ready for this? Okay. Is everyone else
scratching at my desk waiting?
Is everyone else ready for this? Folks, the theme for today's Recall Redraw, I think you're gonna like this one, Adam.
Oh man, here we go.
It's adventure time, folks.
I had a feeling.
What better theme to give somebody who draws incredible Adventure Time fan art? What do you think, Adam? Do you think we can do something really cool today?
I think we're gonna. I think we have to.
All right, cool. So the way the game works is I am going to challenge you to draw one character from memory. You're not allowed to look at any kind of reference. And then you're going to also challenge me to draw a character. And if we don't know who the characters are, we have to provide a verbal description, and we have to do our best off of that. Now, I gotta admit one thing, Adam.
All right, let's hear it.
I know of Adventure Time. I've seen episodes, but I have not, unfortunately, watched the series. I've watched YouTube summaries of some of the main plot points. I know that there is a character. I know the characters, Finn the dog, and Finn the human, and I think Drake. No shit. Sorry, Jake. looks like this. I'm not even kidding. I think yes, I know who the characters are. So let's avoid the overly obvious characters like Finn and Jake.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Drake,
Maybe okay. I want it to be a challenge, so I want you to think of an obscure enough character that you think would be challenging to remember, and then let me noodle on one. Well, my list of characters is very limited, so I would challenge you to draw Marceline's father in full bat form, or whatever he turns into.
Oh, he does turn into something. He does, but it's such a weirdly obscure looking thing.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You
That's crazy.
think that's a good challenge?
Oh, that's a great one.
Okay, and then who would you like me to draw?
Oh man, she has a name. But the witch that wants to steal Finn's hair.
I have no idea who that is. Do you have a decent enough memory to give me a verbal description?
She kind of looks like a tree almost. Like she's got think of Adventure Time proportions. She's kind of wider in build. I believe she wears kind of almost like a potato sacky dress.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
I'm gonna write my list here. So potato build, you said?
Yeah. She's kind of got think of an upside down potato sack kind of dress.
Got it.
She's got a long nose, a long pointed nose.
Long pointed nose, okay.
Yep. I think she's got pointy elf ears.
Pointy ears, okay. What kind of expression does this witch have?
Oh man, anger, I guess. Anger, but
angry, okay.
I'm trying to think back. She was in one episode. It was crazy. I thought this was going to be... I had a feeling this was going to be the theme, so I thought of the most obscure character that you'd remember, but you haven't even watched the show.
Nope. Anything else you can tell me that I could go off of?
Yeah, no. If you're looking for color, she's pretty well all gray.
Does she wear a hat or anything, like a witch's hat?
I don't think she has a witch's hat. I believe she does have some hair, but it's balding.
Okay.
I think she's balding. And she kind of has why do I remember having tree texture skin? I don't know. It's been a while.
All right, I'll run with this. Do you have everything you think you need for your character?
I think so.
All right, let's get to remembering.
Alrighty, let's do it.
So Adam, tell me a little bit about how or when you started drawing.
Well, I've kind of been drawing forever, as everyone does. When they're a kid, every kid draws. I kind of went through phases. Through middle school, high school. I was kind of dead set on I wanted to do art as a living.
Yeah.
As a job throughout high school. And then I kind of gave up a bit. And then after high school, before college, I got back into it. It was art school, by the way. I was getting ready to do art school.
Mm-hmm.
So I got back into it naturally in art school, gave up again. And it honestly wasn't... This was around COVID time. It wasn't around... Still around last year, or around this time, where I decided I wanted to start taking it seriously.
Yeah.
So if we're going by, serious art drawing, it's probably, about a year.
About a year? Yeah.
About a year.
I think you've done an incredible job for just a year of serious drawing. Definitely as someone who felt like their own art hadn't really started to flourish until after the pandemic. It's always incredible to see when you finally decide to make that change, how quickly things can really improve. And I'm sure you've you've identified like how far your own art has come. I know the art that you do post. I think you have a handful of drawings on there, but would you say that like your what is it, Frog Apprentice, is that the name of the story?
Yeah.
Did you start developing that in that same year, or is this something that has been in development for a while now?
I probably started that in college. I just thought it'd be really cool. I just thought of this image of like this girl and like a frog with like a sword on a raft in a river, and I just thought that's a cool image. So then the designs kind of went through like development hell, I guess. Like I've got so many fucking drawings, so many style changes, like
trying to find your footing on it, right?
Yeah, and I wasn't until say last year I kind of settled on designs I liked. But then once you settle on a design you like, that's not like the end of it. Then you start tweaking that design.
Yeah.
So the plot, like the cursed frog plot's always stayed the same. Like I've constantly had that building the world on top of it. I have I've had like the end plan forever. Well, I guess forever, 5 years, however long college was. But yeah, let's see. So right now, I kind of just want to get the pilot out. That's what I'm working on.
Yeah. So do you think you're gonna do like is it a short that's gonna be created first?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I have it, the way I have it set up, it's about 45 pages. Beginning end is one full story. But as I said before, I'd love it to be like an ongoing graphic novel.
Yeah.
The stuff I've been posting are kind of just one-off strips, kind of me trying to get the feel of composition and what they might look like. I'm still not fully satisfied on it yet, but I don't think I ever will be. One of the most like helpful things I learned that actually helped me improve really fast, I'm sure you've noticed it too, is to stop caring.
Yes.
Like the less you care, the easier it is.
Yeah, because essentially you could be jamming on an idea forever and never see actual progress on it,
Yeah, exactly. And I think you've told me that before, actually.
Is that my own advice?
I think so.
Wow.
Stop caring. Stop trying.
Stop trying. Give up. Just throw your dreams out the window. So
I remember I showed you the first comic page and you just like crinkled it up, threw it at the door.
I know. I mean, tough love. I mean, you wanted to hear from me. But
you spat on it too, and
yeah. But I think it is true though that like in the over caring, you kind of lose progress. You lose the ability to progress because you're just planning and planning. I myself and others have kind of kept ourselves in like lore hell, just writing about the ideas rather than actually making the story. So yeah, I get you.
100%. Like I used to spend so much time like doing sketch layer after sketch layer after sketch layer just to get every little bit right, and it used to end up being really stiff.
Yeah.
And a big thing that I really stressed over, not so much anymore, but was art style. And I find art style comes from like imperfections. Like I'll look at someone else's comic art and I'll think, yeah, it's really good, but it's kind of like the little quirks, little imperfections that I really latch onto, that I really like, the personality of it. And then I kind of learned that the more I correct stuff, you kind of lose that style, and you kind of lose the personality.
You said the more that you correct stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like like anatomy is important, obviously, but like if I'm gonna focus on like making someone's like neck width, like
Yeah.
just a perfect neck width for
Yeah.
25 minutes, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Might as well stop.
I agree that there is a point in comics where and maybe even painting or etching where essentially like you can just as successfully get the idea across without it being accurate, and it's just as successful. I mean, that's essentially what impressionism is in painting, is that you're getting the idea of the way light and color hits something rather than trying to get it exactly as it's supposed to, you know?
Exactly. And I just don't have the time. Who cares? It's like you said, who cares?
Yeah.
Wow, that's like
Is it close? Am I close?
no.
No?
But I love it so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
It reminds me of like an old like Hanna-Barbera like villain or
I
something.
think I went Hanna-Barbera. You are definitely doing the trappings of like Pendleton Ward kind of like that weird kind of mouth shape, the different eyes. I totally see it.
I'm almost positive. I'm positive that's what he looked like. I had the DVD. Adventure Time wasn't on TV in Canada for like the longest time, so I had to buy a DVD of it in the U.S. when I went in like middle school, and it was the DVD where this was the first episode. So I've seen this episode like 1,000 times.
Well, that's interesting. So, did you guys also have? So you guys had a cartoon delay, like a air date delay for cartoons.
We did, yeah. Like, we saw the Adventure Time pilot on YouTube.
Oh wow!
When everyone's seen like the Nickelodeon one, and then it was years and years and years, and all of a sudden, we go to the States. I'm in a hotel, and then Adventure Time's on the TV, and I'm like, this was a pilot I watched.
Yeah.
On YouTube like years back. We eventually did get it, but
yeah,
it was very delayed.
No, I recognize this because like I went to school in 6th grade in Mexico, and there weren't any modern cartoons there. Like they weren't showing modern episodes of like Samurai Jack at the time. Like I had to watch essentially Boomerang was the channel that was available, and so I guess any syndicated show that like Flintstones or like Yogi Bear or like Wacky Racing, like that was what I found available to me because the cartoons weren't caught up yet. So yeah, so I didn't know Canada also had that delay.
Oh yeah, we had it. We had that delay. We didn't even get Cartoon Network until like 2011. I could be wrong. I didn't watch a lot of TV, but I'm pretty sure we didn't get it until like 2011. Maybe even a bit later. But
what is a quintessential Canadian cartoon?
oh god, oh, Jimmy Two Shoes, Johnny Test.
Oh, that's right. Those are all Canadian.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, those are
Unfortunately.
yeah, I'm sure they have fans.
Yeah. Don't. Half of my audience here are Johnny Test fans. Don't insult them, please.
I'm sure Johnny Test is great. I'm sure it's great. I'm sure I just don't have the brain capacity to IQ to enjoy it. I know it is like
we
a
have
sophisticated show.
we have some Canadian cartoon fans piping up here in the chat. Carrot Soup is Canadian shows are really something. Caleb says Johnny Test in all caps. So I remember Johnny Two Shoes because also in Mexico for some reason, I guess Canada syndicated those shows to Mexico as well, which is interesting.
Did you watch them?
No, I didn't like watching
That's good.
Johnny Two Shoes.
No one does. See, you. Jimmy Two Shoes, Johnny Test. They're two different shows, but they're both so bad. You just mesh them into one. It's just there's one umbrella term for those shows. But there were some good ones. There were some good Canadian shows too. Like 16 was really good.
Oh, I'm familiar. Yeah, I remember 16.
Martin Mystery was cool. That's a niche one. It's like the same studio who did Totally Spies.
Was Totally Spies a Canadian cartoon?
I think so. Pretty sure. I remember seeing like the Canadian flag on the credits, I think,
Yeah.
which meant it was like a
Total Drama
Quebec or
Island.
Vancouver.
It says carrot soup. That's
Oh,
right.
yep. Well, that's probably the most famous one, actually. It's the one I didn't mention, but Total Drama Island is probably the one most people are fond of.
I'm trying to think like, outside of Mexico, I was really heavily influenced by Invader Zim. I had a really big Jonan Vasquez phase in my art in middle school. Did you feel like when you sorry, I don't know our age difference, but how young are you when you watched Adventure Time for the first time?
Oh man, I would have been in middle school.
Yeah, so
13,
yes.
maybe?
So do you think Adventure Time was a big influence in your art style?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it was a big influence in comics in general because not only did I see Adventure Time in the States, like in the hotel or whatever, but we went to this comic shop. It's closed down. It's a really good comic shop, but I didn't really have anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
In my city, I grew up in like a really small city. We didn't really have comics or anything really in there. But I noticed the Adventure Time comics too. I think they were what, Kaboom
I
comics.
think so. Yeah.
I forget. And like that was wild, and that was like when they were first coming out too. So I remember snagging like the first few issues.
Yeah.
And it was just like the coolest thing.
Yeah. No, it's great to be able to identify where, some of your first influences were and kind of reflect on like, do you still feel like you refer back to a lot of that kind of style in your work, especially when you're working on Frog Apprentice? What are you drawing on, if for inspiration for that project?
Too many, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely some Adventure Time in there. I think it always does come back to it, like the noodly limbs, the dot eyes. Like for the longest time, Crocus used to have the frog character. He used to have like, the circle eyes, the white circles, black dots in the middle. Like almost like an Aardman movie, kind of. That's kind of what I had in mind.
Like a what? What kind of movie?
Aardman, so like the like Wallace and Gromit, Chicken.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Yeah, like wide mouth, big teeth, eyes. Hated it, absolutely hated. Loved the style with Aardman, hated the style with Crocus. So I kind of I folded, just gave him the dot eyes that I knew he.
Yeah.
Well, the dot eyes I think are definitely Adventure Time.
Yeah, I definitely pull a lot from that too. I mean, like I think Mike also like has a lot of that kind of similar overlap because he was from that generation of cartoonists. So yeah, it's definitely my own influence as well.
Well, Mike's stuff really reminds me of those like comic hunting days when I was 13, like seeing like the fresh like indie stuff that I feel like I didn't get to see too often. So kind of discovering like Everything Sucks and even like Puppy Night for that matter, that kind of brought me back to that, which was really cool.
That's really great to hear. Yeah, Mike, I think like his style is kind of hard to figure out what his influences are because I think he makes it his own a lot. I know he's a big Dungeon fan, or Donjon, the French comic series. I don't know if you're familiar. It's kind of like these animal characters. Actually, Mike says stop. Mike's banned me from looking at Dungeon because he said you'll realize how much I'm just ripping off them. So I'm like, okay. So it's I think that was a big influence for him.
I mean, I had times where I ripped off Michael's sweater, I'm sure. To the point where I wanted to be him so bad.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
No, I've mentioned this before, but like in working on Puppy Night, I was trying to develop an art style that was similar to his, so that there was some kind of cohesion with our collaboration. And then not until the second one did we kind of lean a little more to my own art styling, but not without having already like learned a lot from the way Mike draws.
I think I even mentioned to you, like, because you showed me the character rotation sheet, I guess, for the first book and then the second book, and both look amazing. But in the second book, like you say, you do really see those characters become your own. Like you finally kicked Michael out of your life, and now this is what your art looks like. So,
yeah, I've come to really appreciate, like, I think probably around 2023, 2022, I recognized how much of my influence comes from Nintendo and the, you know, just being a really big fan of Nintendo video games. And I recognize this part in art where it's like you want to make, or I don't know, this shouldn't, I was going to say you should want to make, but I'm just going to say I think that I want to put out more of the things that I like in the world. And if that is kind of the cutesy kind of cool factor of Nintendo, that's what I want to put out. And so that's definitely what I try to put into Puppy Night in the second book.
excited to see it. When does it come out again?
Comes out, great commercial pivot. Thank you, Adam. It comes out.
Yeah, I take it back.
Fall. I guess technically, the online stores say it's coming out October, so I think that's when it's gonna be.
Too long.
It is too long. I'm a little miffed, but that, you know, it's just what it is. I miss the timetable to have the books on sale for like last December. Like basically they want to align it with when people are Christmas shopping, and so if you miss the Christmas shopping window, they push it to the next one. Isn't that wild?
Okay. That is weird. Like, I know that's a video game thing, but like, kids asking for comic books for Christmas?
I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like you can get a kid a comic book any time of the year.
That's what I thought too. I don't know. It seems like a summer thing to me, but I don't know. I don't make the rules.
All right, we're wrapping up here. If you want to start coloring, or up to you. It's not a requirement. But we're gonna start. We're gonna pull out actual reference and see how well we did.
I feel like I'm close.
You think I have no idea if I'm even near.
You're not. But like,
I'm not.
I swear, there's a villain that looks just like that, and he's got like the big mustache or something. But am I thinking of the caveman guy?
Oh, you're thinking of Captain like Cro-Magnon or something.
Isn't it just Captain Caveman?
Captain Caveman, yeah. It's totally Captain Caveman vibes.
Yeah, that's Captain Caveman vibes for sure.
Yeah, I think it's because like I thought about the potato sack and how like, okay, I wanted the potato sack body to the potato sack gown to be just part of the body, and I think it created just a natural Captain Caveman shape.
Well, I kind of like that better, so I mean, if the designers in Adventure Time want to take notes or something, I don't know, but I like that better. I think I remember the characters. I drew him with like pockets and like fly on his pants, like.
Because he still wears his suit, right? I think that's what I remember.
I'm pretty sure. My question is, how do you remember in general? If you've never seen it, that's impressive.
Most of what I know, actually, you know what I have seen is the recent HBO special where it's the female Finn.
Oh yeah.
I've seen that. I've watched that. That was really good.
I haven't seen that yet. Is it still ongoing, or is it?
No, it's its own like what do they call it? Like a self-contained series.
I see.
Yeah. So, but they did a great job. Because I've watched some YouTube video summaries of like the main storyline stuff. There's just so much, dude. Like it's so like I thought like Steven Universe was a lot when I started watching it, and I finished it and it was fine. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna start Adventure Time, and I was like, there's just so much Adventure Time.
You can't do it.
Mm-mm.
I'm caught up with One Piece. I can't do one.
Oh,
I can't do Adventure
I
Time.
fell off so hard on One Piece, and I was a big fan when I was younger.
How far did you make it?
Fishman Island. Like the
That's
first.
pretty good. That's pretty good.
What color are Finn's pants and shirt?
Blue shirt, like a light blue shirt, like sky blue, I'd say, and then I think darker blue pants.
Got it. Thank you. I'm assuming this is what happens in the story.
Might as well be what happens, to be honest. I love that. That is amazing.
It's Captain Caveman. I think what I like about the just having carte blanche to, you know, have no idea what a character looks like is that because I'm trying to achieve the parameters you gave me in that list, it kind of gives me like the freedom to just draw things I don't really draw. I don't draw like trolls or like typical what is it, Christian Andersen or Hans Christian Andersen kind of creatures, because like, you know, there's quite a few cartoonists who are fantastic in that fantasy setting.
Yeah.
But whenever I try to do fantasy, I just make up like creatures.
Well, it's cool, like in Puppy Night too. Like if you look in the background, like it's cool seeing like all the different creatures in there and like just different designs.
Yeah, but those are just dogs.
But
you can never draw a dog badly. Their dogs are already like blobby shaped enough that if I drew this, that's a dog right there.
I could probably challenge that, I think. I could draw a bad dog.
Now, if we did a comic called Horse Knights, then we're fucked.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah, it's done. Why even try?
And you could have given us like a deadly theme too, like perspective. Like that's just the theme.
I should have been like, all right, Adam, today's theme is Spirit, the DreamWorks film about horses. I'll get you on the next one.
No. Please.
Adam, today's theme is bicycles, the offshoot of Cars, the Pixar film favorite.
Oh God. And what was that show with like the tugboats and they have faces?
Like the Thomas the Tank Engine?
Yeah, it was like that, but boats.
Thomas the Tugboat?
Thomas, yeah, I think that was it.
We got it?
If that was a theme, that would be diabolical.
I don't know. I could draw a tug, or maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm being overzealous here. Maybe I don't know what a tugboat looks like.
I don't know what a tugboat looks like.
All right, I'm gonna check my list here, and then.
I like your design way better.
Thank you. So I got the potato build, check. Upside down potato sack dress, kinda. Long pointed nose, ears, check. Angry, gray, balding hair. All right.
I mean, you did. Like,
wow,
I mean,
you did a whole piece too.
Yeah, but yours is like you just drew concept art for like a new show.
Adam, I want you to know that you're not going to get extra credit for drawing a composition. Just I get you're trying to show off on my show.
Well, I gotta. I'm not a big fan of the bicycle theme, so I'm just trying to like get in what I can before we start drawing bikes.
Yeah, before you stop answering my calls, like, hey, you want to come on the show? All right.
Just block immediately.
Okay, so what is the name of my character, Adam?
I don't know if she has a name, but if you type in like Hairwitch Adventure Time, like you'll see her.
Hairwitch Adventure Time.
Pretty sure.
Oh Lord, I was wrong. All right. Folks, I want you to let me know how I did. This is the Tree Witch. How did we do?
He does look like a tree. Okay, I thought I was misremembering the tree part.
I think I got the gist of the shape, I'd say. Yeah?
I think so.
Let me do side by side here.
You know, I think my memory might be to blame. I think you gave me a character I shouldn't remember, and I gave you a character I don't remember.
I think I got the coloring completely wrong. Again, this is not to discredit you. I'm just trying to compare like apples to oranges here. I'm gonna give myself some points for potato shape. I think we both get points for that. I think you did a good job describing the potato shape. I did not draw boobs on this character because I was
You did not. I forgot she had them.
That should have been a detail that you made very apparent. So you actually lose the points you earned by not reminding me of that. But look at that. That's pretty fun. Are you ready to see how you did?
I think so.
All right, let me pull it up. 1 sec. And what? It was just Marceline's dad.
Yeah.
Monster form,
I
maybe.
think so.
Whoa. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, folks. Let's see how Adam did on his challenge. Oops, that's just the Tree Witch. 1 second.
Yeah, even I was way off on the Tree Witch.
Look at that. You got the pose down?
Okay, all right.
That's pretty accurate in regards to like the vibe. You got the mouth, the horns.
The onesie I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting the onesie.
Oh, that is so good. I'd say you got it pretty close.
But now, if I asked you to draw Captain Caveman, would you be able to draw Captain Caveman like accurately from memory?
No problem. Here, let me draw it for you real quick. There, I'm done. There, I drew you Captain Caveman.
Oh wow. That's how you get comic pages out like every week.
That's how you do it. You just copy and paste, baby. All right, great job, Adam.
Oh.
That was incredible. How about we go into our second half of the segment? You ready for it?
Yeah, let's
All
do
right,
it.
so let's pick a character for us to redesign. It could be any of the mainline characters. I don't think Jake or Finn are necessarily the most interesting characters to redesign. Do you have any thoughts? I know since you've watched the show more.
Let's see. Are we allowed to look at reference?
Yeah.
Redesign,
You can look at and then I'll put it up on the stream. Let's agree on a character to design. Any suggestions from the chat? Actually, I've never done this, but if somebody has a suggestion of a character to redesign from Adventure Time, we would like to hear it.
BMO.
BMO. That's a fun one. Do you want to redesign BMO?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let me pull it up here. Bimo, such a cute character. This character I do know very well. Alright, and then it should pop up on our stream. Boop.
Whoever picked the character, you have to draw some perspective. I'm coming after you.
Are you? Yeah, I mean, wait, but okay. Here's the thing: we are redesigning Bimo. Do you see Bimo? The reference there? Do you, Adam?
Oh yeah, there he is.
All right. So, Bimo doesn't have to be a cube, a block.
Let's see.
Maybe you have a different shape for Bimo that you want to try out. All right, let's do this.
He's such a simple character. We could probably get a few out, to be honest.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, if anyone else has another character they want us to see us redesign. I still haven't. I don't like giving people rubrics on this show, and so I often wonder like what constitutes a redesign. Like how is the rule, if there is a rule, is the rule that the character should be easy to recognize who it's a redesign of?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Because I also don't want to limit us into like it has to be a boxy shape. Because I really want to draw Bimo that is different, and I think I'm gonna do that actually.
Like the game sphere from Drake and Josh, Bimo type deal.
The what?
You ever watch Drake and Josh when they have the game sphere?
No. Wait, Drake and Josh? You said?
Yeah, like yeah.
Is it like they're like a joke off of the Xbox?
I think so. Maybe GameCube. I'm not sure. I guess they're both shapes. That's the next theme, Drake and Josh.
Is that the theme I should give to our
Sega artist?
Sonic artist? Like Drake and Josh.
How to just kill a connection in the real world.
Just nope out. We have to draw Megan from memory.
That would be diabolical.
Who's the
I
most
respect you a lot for doing that.
Who's the most obscure Drake and Josh character you can think of?
Oh man, that's like the most obscure question I've ever heard. I think you're the first human to
ask that, like
ask
the
that
first
question.
person to combine those words in a sentence.
Maybe to combine those thoughts, let alone say them. It's a good question.
I have to imagine. I have this theory that if you have an idea, it's probably Googleable already. That we reached the point of singularity where like all ideas are on the internet somewhere. And I think if you search up who's the most obscure character on Drake and Josh, you're gonna find 5 iceberg videos about that exact subject.
People arguing in the comments about the most obscure Drake and Josh character.
Yeah.
Then you get into Drake and Josh power scaling, and then that's when it gets weirder. Actually, this is looking too much. I like to do that. I feel like it'd be cool if we had like a charger to throw on. Remember TV Robo?
I do remember Chibi Robo. I never played it, but I know the game.
It's just such like a genius like design idea. A robot could like drag the plug around. I always thought that was really cool.
How existential though, don't you think?
Pretty existential. It's a mechanic in the game where before dying you actually have to plug yourself in a wall and you constantly see like your battery drain. Crazy Steve from Drake and Josh.
Who? Crazy Steve?
I don't know if he's like obscure, but if you get into like power scaling, I'm pretty sure he's like high up. That's like one of the American like Nickelodeon sitcoms that Canada actually got for some reason.
Did you guys ever get like well maybe well, I grew up because I'm the youngest of four, so my siblings were already teenagers at the time when I was like 10 or younger. So we watched all that on Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah, you would have been all that. I keep forgetting you have 5 years on me.
Yeah.
So that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. And so, hey, what do you mean? And so we watch all that, which had a very scary documentary come out. Holy shit. And then we'd also watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the live action show, because I know they made a cartoon later on. I think they made a cartoon, I thought. Or I might be thinking about Braceface. Was Braceface a Canadian cartoon?
It was, yeah. That's the obscure one.
Was Weekenders a Canadian cartoon?
That's a really good question. It was really, really good. That was a good one. If it was, I totally missed it on like the good Canadian cartoon list.
Ren and Stimpy was Caleb brought up Ren and Stimpy. It was like, I don't think that's a show I could have appreciated when I was younger, and I maybe appreciate less now as an adult.
It's a hard one to enjoy.
Yeah. There's definitely like it was such a trailblazing bit of animation, but it's just like I think if I was to watch like not even like the G-rated Ren and Stimpy, I don't know. It's just like I never liked gross out humor too much. There's another show. Actually, was this Canadian? Super Diaper Babies, I think was the show.
Oh.
Was that Canadian?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What a terrible like show.
You ever watch it?
I'm talking about it because I have seen it.
When have you seen that, but not Adventure Time?
I don't know. I mean, this is like after school, like programming, like not even primetime cartoon programming. This was like, you just got back after school, you turned on not even Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon, you turned on, it's like on, I don't even know what channel it was on, but it had Super Diaper Babies, and then it had Camp Candy, the John Candy, cartoon series, which has to be a Canadian cartoon.
What was that series? The second one you were talking about again?
Camp Candy. The show about John Candy, like running a camp.
No, I don't know if I've heard of that.
I think John Candy's Canadian. John Candy and Rick Moranis. They work together. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're Canadian.
I did not know that. That's like the most hilarious concept. Did he make the show, I wonder? Or did someone just think, what if John Candy had a show?
I guess. I mean, John Candy was...
Well, he agreed?
I mean, he's a comedy genius. I actually don't... I don't know if it was posthumous. I must have been if I was watching it. Carrot Soup says, fun fact, Ed, and Eddie is Canadian. So is Arthur.
Oh yeah, by the way, Carrot Soup is my girlfriend.
Hello.
Next to follow her art. She's actually got the same
Actually,
art.
I think I do follow Carrot Soup. Carrot Soup, are you neutrals with Manacho?
Oh, Monaco. Great guy.
You know Manacho. Okay, yeah, okay, great. He was asking me about you, how we were getting along. Well, not that. He's asking me like if we know each other well now. Okay, yes, okay, I do know you. And then I think, yeah. Manacho, yes, Manacho shared me your page actually. What a small world.
He's been following us forever.
Yeah, he's really good at keeping the pulse on like indie comics.
Oh yeah, he was always super supportive too.
Yeah, I love the stuff that he writes, because he works with some really talented artists too.
I'm trying to get the angle here. That's a tough angle.
Aw, thank you, Carrot Soup. Also, thank you for all your tech support with Adam. This show wouldn't be possible.
This show wouldn't be possible. My Cintiq wouldn't be possible. Anything, the printer we have wouldn't be possible. I'd be cooked.
Given that this show is about recalling memory, Adam, what was the last ice cream flavor you ate?
Oh man. Oh man, that's crazy. Vanilla. Like that's the most boring answer possible. It's literally vanilla.
Is that
But it was on bread pudding.
Okay, okay. You can't just not tell us that information.
Well, I mean, if you ask like what was the last dessert you had with vanilla ice cream?
I would say it was an apple pie crumble with vanilla ice cream. That was the last one I had.
That sounds amazing.
It was a dessert for one of our date nights, and I remember the conversation my wife and I have because we like to cook ourselves, and we like cooking shows and dramas about cooking shows like The Bear, and we would make comments like, "All right, this probably cost them $1.50 to make. Charge it $7. That's good profit. Desserts are always good margins."
You dressed in with the robot arm now or without the robot arm?
It's your redesign. It could even be, I don't know, a chicken leg. I'm very happy with my Beemo.
Oh yeah, that looks cool.
I love the Chibi Robo Beemo. That's fun. Adam, we're doing a great job.
I think we are too.
Thank you for being my guest tonight. I really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for inviting me. This is a pretty big honor to me, honestly.
Trust me, the honor's all on this side. I am excited to see where your career is going to take you. I think you're going to do a great job. If this doesn't sound weird, I think most of the people I get to know go off doing much better things than I do. So take that how you will.
Well, listen, the income is going to stop pretty soon. So I really hope you're right.
I hope so too, for both of our sakes. I was hoping to like stick with my job until the second book was gonna come out to see how it was gonna do, and then AI just completely pissed me off so bad. My team AI'd so hard that I just couldn't take it anymore. So we'll see. I hope the best for the both of us. For all of us artists out there, but because Adam's my guest, he gets more points.
I think you're going to do good. I think so.
We'll see. I mean, Mike's hoping that Puppy Night gets picked up for a cartoon. His agent has sold cartoons to Netflix in the past. That would be super cool.
That would be sweet. I'd watch it if we get it in Canada on time.
That's true. We'll make sure it gets to Canada first. Again, all in an effort to repair American-Canadian relations.
No, it's cool because I'm not trying to get extra credit for drawing. Just extra credit here, but one of the big things that got me back into drawing art seriously, like actually considering it, minus carrot soup and the support, is actually the Puppy Night comic itself.
Aww.
We went to PCAP, the Toronto Comic Art Festival last year, and I found the Silver Sprocket table. And I absolutely ripped it apart.
Aww.
And then I was like, this is awesome.
That's very lovely to hear. Thank you for saying that.
Well, thanks for making it.
Yeah, I
hope you make it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Mike, 100%. I say this wholeheartedly that he could have easily made this comic by himself, and I appreciate the opportunity. And again, this is what I was kind of getting at earlier on the stream, was about paying things forward to try to, like, comics is very much a business of having somebody help you into the industry. And if there's ever anything I could do, 100%, I would love to be able to help. For both of you guys, because I Carrot, was it you did comics as well, right? Or you do comics as well? I think that's how I know your work first, because of Manacho.
He hasn't for a while, but he better.
All right. We are actually getting to the end of our show. Adam went ahead and made a freaking sequence. Could we zoom in a little there? Could you give us a little tour of what you worked on?
Yeah, let's do it. So we got I think Bimo as like a DS would work really well. He's kind of a punished character in the show, like a punching bag. I feel like there's a lot of ways to break a 3DS. So here's like, I'm not sure if it's zooming in sequence. It might be like a second behind, but I'm trying my best there. So here he is. Here's Finn, who I didn't redesign, but you can easily close him.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing stuff at him. I feel like this is a quick way to like set him up a bit.
That's so cute. Oh no!
I don't know if anyone's ever bent their DS back a little too far.
I feel. Oh god, I felt that. Oh lord. Oh, that's incredible, Adam.
Look at you! You're making history over there.
My BMO, for some reason, I was thinking pyramid, but I didn't want to give BMO a pointy head. I think this looks like one of those, like, it looks like one of those AI child nannies that got discontinued. And did you hear about that? That like there was this, there was these AI like physical robots that they were giving to kids, and then the company went under, and so the robots had to die, and so there's all these videos of the kids saying goodbye to their robot because they weren't supported anymore.
That's sad.
That is very sad. So, anyways, a weird note to end the show, but Adam, could you actually pop in your socials right there in the chat? Or actually, I think I can do it. I think I can copy and paste. 1 second. Are you only on Instagram?
I am right now, yeah. I should probably make a Twitter at some point. But
there,
just Instagram for now.
There's Adam's Instagram. Please give him a follow. Adam, I hope you had a good time, and I hope you're willing to come back for another episode in the future.
100%. Love to.
Great.
Thanks for having me on.
Of course. And then I'll ask you to share your artwork with me so I can save it and also just share it with other folks.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
All right. Thank you, everybody who has watched. This has been Recall Redraw with Adam Chalmers. Another successful episode. Thank you for making it a successful episode. And I hope everyone has a very